Hello, my name is Josh and welcome to the JJS21 karting channel. We're at TeamKarting Rochdale this afternoon with Max, Ruben and Chris, that's just a thing, and his dad. What a legend. So for the first time in what, 6 months, we're making a video. Shut up. We're making a video at TeamKarting. Ruben, say hi to the camera. Chill. But for the first time in a while, we're back at TeamKarting because I need to get something posted before I go overdue on my YouTube again. You've just seen Leeds whenever it got posted. I have not edited it yet at the time of recording this intro, but yeah, very eventful start to the week. So let's end off strong. NWKC. Why are we talking about golden syrup? But yeah, this will be good. Very stiff competition like normal.
Oats.
Since when were you involved?
Oats and oats.
Let's not get driven over this time. Onto the footage. As now we're about to get underway and racing this evening at TeamKarting Rochdale, as we can barely see the flag with the lower quality setting. Obviously I need to change that for next time as we get the helmet head down. And it's lights out and away we go. Will comes over to defend, but I've got the inside and I'm going to take the place. I'm not going to give him much space to work with though, as I'm up to 7th briefly as Will comes past and we're back down to 8th, but we've kept his place off the line, so that's always a perk. Now as we come down into the hairpins, we're going to look for a move on Will. We're going to give him a little bit of a shove. He goes wide, but he's got the inside, and here comes Ethan Rawcliffe down the inside. He's giving me enough racing room and he has gone. Ethan is now up to 8th and we have to settle for 9th and dead last in this one. After poor qualifying, we sit a little further back than we really was expecting, and well, that's obviously come back to bite us a little bit, because we should have been a lot more aware of Ethan's presence. But he's going to set after Will, see him lean in to get as much turning power as possible, as much grip in the turning as possible. My mistake. But Louis and Brad are fighting in front, and then Will, Ethan, and then myself. Chris is a little bit further ahead as well. He made a place past Louis in the opening stages. Ollie has shot off, the leader has shot off about 10 seconds up the road now, as it seems. But it's only lap 3. Going on to lap number 4, yep, that's Ollie. I think Ruben's up there as well. So we're going to have to settle for last for the time being, but hopefully we can make some more places. As you can see, whoa, Brad looking for a move on Chris as Louis makes position on Chris. Got the two names muddled together then. But Louis made the move, and then Brad tried going for the no overtaking corner. As you can see, Brad now makes the move, and Chris and Will are now fighting. Ethan Rawcliffe's in the fight as well. Let's see where that gets him, as Will gives Chris a massive punt into the barriers and ultimately slowing us down, giving Brad a little bit of room to work with. Will tries setting up the move, didn't quite work out, as I'm sat at the back wanting for them to push forward instead of fight, but they're fighting over what is P6. It's like baby places. I can't really say much because I'm at the back, but Ethan Rawcliffe goes down the inside of Will. Great move before the no overtaking zone. He locks himself into 7th, and now I've got Will to chase. Brakes quite early going into the hairpin, but he's keeping his line against Ethan. He's not trying to set himself up for any sort of move like he did on Chris a couple laps ago. But onto lap number 7 now. Still sat in 9th, which is not what we want. And now we push on to try catch the rest of them in front, which is ultimately the goal. in this 17 lap Heat 1. So at this point we are about 3.5 minutes in. It definitely felt a lot less than what it was outside the car, because Rochdale's track is a lot tinier than you actually think. But now, coming out of the no overtaking zone, out the corner, I can set up and move on Will here. I've not set it up there, but I am going to absolutely throw it down the inside at the second hairpin, close him out, not give him any room to work with. That's an amazing move, and that is me up into P8. I was thrilled with that at the time. Seeing the Angry Ginger comment in my head. But now we're up to P8. Great start. An awful start. Great middle part to the race. Now let's see if we can catch Chris and Ethan. It looked like Chris had spun on the camera. No, he hadn't. But yeah, they're doing really well to fight. I mean, Ethan's having a really good recovery drive. To say he's one of the top drivers in the championship, but he gets extremely unlucky with his kart in qualifying. He got it swapped and he is now shooting off. I had kart 3 for a session back in 2024 and it was absolutely beautiful to drive, but I'm in kart 5 at the moment, hence the different type of livery. I love this livery. I like the colours on it. But on to lap number 11, so there are 7 laps to go before the end of Heat 1 in this very long and winded evening, and it was back to school weekend, so obviously the fatigue's high, and Ethan Rawcliffe has now made the move into P6. That's quite a decent move. That's what I did on Will, but obviously a little bit cleaner. Sorry, Will. Yeah. Lap 12. The video, I mentioned leads in the intro, but unfortunately I'm editing it after this because I just feel like getting this out, because obviously it's a championship. You've got to get these championship rounds out first. But anyway, back to the racing. As we're massively closing the gap up to Chris, because he has been in a fight with Ethan and has now dropped back as a result. So it's now my job to get past him and secure myself into P7. But let's see what happens. Let's just see. Maybe I can get a move, maybe not, I'm not sure, but we're gonna find out. As with just a few laps left on the clock, we have little to no time to get past him in order to lock out a P7 finish, because let's be real, we aren't catching Ethan. And I'm not saying that down to pure race pace, it's just statistically not going to happen, because there's a kart in the way and he has a kart advantage. Kart 5, it was alright, it wasn't the worst, but it wasn't the best. It was a pain to pull away, that's for sure. Like on the exits, it really bogged down a little bit, and I didn't notice it was a little bit tighter on the steering than the kart I had in the final, which was kart number 17. But we'll come to that when we get there. But yeah, with just 2 laps now to go, this race is crazy, absolutely crazy. I mean, with all the fighting, but are we going to get a move done on Chris? Now it looks a little bit tougher, and I don't think we will get a move done on him, unfortunately. So it's just we're just gonna have to settle for P8, which is where we started. So that's not the worst. That's not the worst place we could finish. I would have loved to finish a little higher, but I was expecting the P8 finish. I wasn't expecting Will to throw a dive on the final lap, and I doubt he would anyway. It's not like I'm slacking him or anything. I just doubt he would go for a send, but I'm going full defence. Why are you going full defence on Will? in the final lap. You're fighting for P8 as I'm across the line and I finish in P8. We've got heat 2 up next, so let's jump into heat number 2 after pulling into the pit lane. As now we're about to get underway for heat number 2. Let's listen to Mark give the countdown. And we're underway as Mark waves the green flag and we go racing. It's a good start by... Oh! That's Bradley into the wall. We're up into P7. That's not what we want. That's not how we wanted to gain a place, but that is how we got a place. Sorry Bradley, it was at the expense of you, but that's alright. Hopefully you make places in the final. But now we're set after Ethan, who's going for a move on Chris just because of how I've placed my cart. He's forced to. I'm screwing like Jim from Friday Night Dinner to find a gap, but we've made a place, and Will tries to take that from us. I say no, and have the exit speed to get back ahead. So that's me up into P7. I tend to work together, but let's just be real, that's not going to happen, is it? It's NWKC, they're all fighting for themselves mostly. But yeah, that's a decent start. We've made a place in the opening laps, so that's good. Hopefully we can get more. Now it's our job to set after Chris and Ethan and then off after Louis. So see what happens. Let's see what we can do. It'll be difficult to set after Louis because he is rapid at the moment, but let's see what happens. As we can see Chris looking in the defence and I'm scribbling around again. I'll say it again, like Jim from Friday Night Dinner as I go down the inside, and we are up now into P6. Lovely move on Chris. Sorry I didn't leave you as much space as you were hoping for, but now we have made a position again, and that is exactly what we needed. We've got Chris on his backside. He's braked a little later, giving me a little shove like in Club 100 as he raced in Club 100. Thumbnail shot right there, and Chris gets ahead, and we're back down to P7. Not too disheartened because we know we're starting in the B final whatever happens this race. As you can see the little flash there, those are the professional photos taken by, I don't know who the photographer is, but thanks to that guy, as Will gives us a little bit of a push and I nearly go sailing into the no overtaking wall. And I can tell you now, I would not have been happy if I would have met that no overtaking wall for the second round in a row. Thank you Sam for round 5, because I didn't take part in round 6, but thank you Sam for putting me in that wall in round 5. All the sarcasm aside now, lap 23, we're sat in P7, made a place. Now what? Are we just watching Chris catch back up to Ethan? I think so. So now it's just me and Chris hot lapping for a while. Well, on the camera of course, because Will did not oppose any sort of threat for the rest of the race. So that was a little bit more calming. So we have Chris about a second and a half in front, and then 2 seconds in front of him, 2 to 2.5 is Ethan, and then Louis in P4. So P4 is on the cards. So that could get me in the A final. So either we might not just have the B final guaranteed. We may have a shot at the A final if I come P4. Yes, I'll be starting last, but that's besides the point. Let's see what we can do as I'm half defending from Will. I said he didn't pose a threat, and he's not going to pose a threat for the rest of the race now. And it's just down to me and Chris to catch up to the two in front. That's all that really happens for the next, 5 laps? So, oh no, I don't need to yap about Wilton, that was in the last video I posted on the channel. So, yeah. What should we yap about? Leeds. Yes, I finally managed to get the GoPro down to record a session in 2 sessions in the new cart, so that's always good. New carts to work with, so that's they're so much better than the old cart. I love them to bits. We've got BIKC a week on Wednesday. It's the 6th of September. This was taking place the day before the voiceover, but day after. Look, this video was the day before, the voiceover was the day after. The video was on the 5th, I'm recording this voiceover on the 6th. You got it now, Josh? Yes, you've got it. Use your brain! But as of recording this voiceover, we have just 11 days to BIKC, which I will be taking the GoPro for. It'd be exactly what we're hoping for to get through to regionals this year after. Oh! And that is Chris and Ethan, and Ethan decides to go head on head with me, but Chris and Ethan have a collision. I'm telling Brad behind to slow down as the yellow flags now go out. I've been caught napping, but them two have had a collision. I think Chris went for the move, misjudged it, and Ethan went around as a result. And then he had his foot pinned, and that went straight into the front of my car. Oh, that is unfortunate for the pair of them, but that has put us into P5. That will put us at the front of the B final if we can hold steady for just a few more laps. Anyway, so back to what I was saying. Hopefully we can make regionals, which is at Team Sport Trafford, and I've been wanting to go there for a while. So people who have raced Team Sport Manchester Trafford Park, please tell me your opinions about the track. And now behind we have Will again behind us. He did give us I think he gave us a little badge there, but I'm not letting him through. With everything I have is set on keeping this position and making our way into the top 2 or top 3 or something of the B final, which is exactly what we needed. It will be needed because I need another trophy. I'm long overdue another trophy after round 5. That was the last trophy I got. I'm long overdue it. But let's see what I can do, shall we? As we have a train forming behind. So let's see how we get on to the final lap of heat number 2. Let's see what happens, as now we are approaching turns 2 and 3, taking it as wide as possible, get as much exit speed onto this flat out section, and through there you can hear the tyres screeching, quite possibly, I don't know. But through the final section, into the final corner now, we are going to settle for a really decent P5 position, and that will put us P2 for the B final, which after I saw that, I was quite happy because I was destined a podium for that night. But now, let's head into the pits and get this final started. This is it, the grand finale. We have cut this B final short because it was quite uneventful, but
3, 2, 1.
as the green flag's waving, and let's get this B final underway. We're against Jack Hackworth into turn 1, but we take the position and lead the race. Unbelievable. We lead the race at turn 1, and we set off into the hopefully into the distance. But I doubt that's going to happen because we'll need to defend Louis cheering me on. But I lead a race from Jack Hackworth, then Max behind and Ethan Rawcliffe. And now what? What's going to happen? Oh, the yellows are out. I think that was Will that ended up backwards on the opener. No, was it Will? I don't know. Rafa. It was Rafa who went round. But we're going to cut this B final short. On lap 38, we've got to fast forward onto the final lap to see what happened, because I led pretty much the entire race. I defended from Jack Hackworth that entire race. But we don't know. I'm not going to tell you what's happened. We're going to get to that point. I nearly spoiled it then. But we're going to find out what happens when we get to that point. But lap 37 is now... We can see Jack Hackworth in kart number 6, which won nearly every race all evening long. It was on pole twice. It won the heat, both heats, twice. And now Jack Hackworth driving it. So obviously I was a little intimidated. Kart 17 was up there pretty much the entire time as well. It's surreal, honestly, leading the race. But onto lap number 38 now. We're going to fast forward this on a whopping, wait for it, 53 times speed, and in 14 seconds we are going to skip a grand total of 16 laps to get 16? I don't know how many laps there were, but I'm gonna make a guess and say lap number 54 was our final lap. I'm gonna make that guess. I think it was a little higher. It was an estimation off the top of my head. But onto the final lap of this B final. We've got Jack Hackworth still nose to tail with me, and Max there as well. Now, as we approach the double hairpins for the final time, there's enough room. Jack Hackworth slips down the inside. Great move from Jack, losing first place on the final attempt. But we come home for P2, first podium in a long time on the YouTube, and it's the first second place on the YouTube. Wow, absolutely unbelievable. What a night that was. Disappointment from qualified to elation as I come P2 in the B final. Give respect to Jack Hackworth. But there is roughly 8 minutes left on the video with interviews and outros, so thank you so much for watching. Go like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Right on the end. It's unbelievable. So lucky, but great. Now, I don't know. Final corners, final that was your final chance. You would not have got it there. That was great racing.
Yeah, mate,
well
you
done.
gave me the best race ever.
Don't worry about it.
That's got to be
always.
one of the best kind of races ever.
Yeah.
Oh,
We'll take a P2 in that though. I'll take that. We'll take P2. Come on.
Oh, you just have looking at it.
Nah, I don't care. P2's a P2. A P2's a P2. P2's P2. And also, double podium!
Yeah, you actually, you said
Well done, mate.
that was a very...
P2 boys! Come on, Mark, come on! P2 boys picked up another trophy. 2 in a row. 2 in a row. Hang on, let me take it off. Stop! What? Yeah, I know, I'm aware. Hang on, I'm taking my helmet off.
Show them what you're made of.
Post-race physique. Well done to Jack Hackworth and Max and everyone else. And we're up for the air final. We're watching the air final now. Let's go. So after an exciting race,
It was not exciting.
which you've just seen, we've got Jack Hackworth.
Hi.
Explain how your race went.
Well, I started on pole, he got me off the line, it was a good move into turn 1, and we keep battling the entire race until eventually, on the last lap, I go for a move, it was a fair move, he gave me the space, and then I took it on the last lap. It was a great race with him though.
Yeah. Well done again.
Well done.
That's it. Ethan? So Ethan, explain how you did.
So I started in 4th. I went up Max's inside at turn 1, but he got it back, and then he locked his brakes going into a hairpin before the spectator, and then I locked my
Hairpin
brakes. Yeah, hairpin 1, sure.
That's what it's called.
And then I spun because I pressed my brake too hard, and then ended up just doing laps on my own.
All right. Well done again. And Will. Sorry, Rafa.
You are doing it well.
Oh, the light's gone off.
Okay, that's unlucky.
Yay! Right, you.
No comment, a bit.
You can't swear on the YouTube.
Thanks for that. They like censoring me. I don't
You
care.
have to bleep that out.
Oh yeah, fair
bleep
enough.
it. Right, well I started off 5th, thought, oh yeah, I can get a podium here. But it turns out my dreams are shattered. Like Man United's Premier League dreams after the first game. Yeah. But yeah,
Liverpool winning it.
I think some people are I think in the first half I felt like I was driving an F1 Open lobby because I felt like I got like absolutely straight lined on a corner that just shouldn't be called a corner. So yeah, Dr. Last with like a million-second gap
And then I
to
spun.
P7. Yeah, I won actually. Then he spun.
I spun.
Yeah, that doesn't change anything, mate. And then got past Chris Clark. Moved us completely on. I did not use any form of contact. He did use loads more contact. But yeah, I finished P5. But that's not the official result.
Anything
yet.
about the TikTok comment banditry?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, get out. Right, Rafa, in you come.
Here we go. Yeah, good race. I mean, I was at the back. I was in second to last after Will in last. Then I spun. Then I was in last, and I stayed there. It was a pretty bad race, and also the car wasn't really doing the accelerating thing, which kind of helps. So obviously remember, don't subscribe. Go onto my YouTube channel, RM Racing. Like, subscribe. Go onto my Instagram. Follow. Like all the posts. Bye.
Subscribe to me. What? You can't say that.
Guys, tell us what it is.
That's another sentence. Will, you're on a ban. You're on a ban for next round, right? On to the next set of interviews. Right, so for the next set of interviews we've got Sam. Get here.
Why?
Cheeky sod. Right,
Okay.
explain how you did.
Started P9, was alright. Was defending Bradley Thomason wherever he's somewhere, don't know where. But caught up to the back of Louis Corrigan. Had a little tap.
You're next.
My bad, Louis. Don't hurt my family. But yeah, I'm happy because I didn't do well in the previous finals. Round 5 I got disqualified, done B final, last couple of rounds, moved down, but now we're finally back in the A final. Game is back on, baby.
Alright.
Bye.
Alright, we've got Corrigan swapping his rib protector out. The Sparko rib protectors, that's kind of tough actually. Right, Louis, explain how you did now.
I didn't do too bad. Qualified P4 for quali and P4 for both heats. Not too bad. Had a little fight in second heat. Weren't that bad, but still did pretty good. And then A final, of course. Kart were a bit slow, weren't that bad, bit slidey, but still alright. Defended a bit from Sam.
Treacle.
Sam Treacle.
Yeah.
And then this
One and
guy
only.
somehow over here, Josh Leach, got past
You're
me.
featured on the YouTube, by the way.
Aye.
You're on the YouTube.
That's right.
JJRefs21, go subscribe.
Why are you milking it?
Shut up.
But not too bad. Happy with P6, good points, move up to 9th in the scoring. Pretty happy with it.
Right, well done to pairing you.
Cheers.
Featuring Sam's massive hand. Oh, that's good. Right, we got to do
Mine's not even that big.
Hang on.
Right, yeah.
Compare.
Yeah.
Compare.
Right.
Yeah, that's massive.
Mine are small,
Yours
bro.
is small.
Mine
Yours
are
are small.
wide, bro.
Right, on to the final set of interviews. Right, we've got the next set of interviews. We've got Stop Twerking. We've got the final set of interviews. We've got Chris here. Explain how you did.
Decided to forget how to drive, bin it, crash, do a bit more binning it, and then ended up 6th.
Is that it?
I just didn't drive.
Right,
There were a
Nice
lot of
one.
walls.
what was Max? You wuss, get here. You're the final person to do an interview. For the final person, we have got get this side. This side. Right, Max. How did you do?
It's fine.
He got
Explain.
He's lying.
I got the third place, but
You got the third place.
I nearly died a couple of times.
You nearly died a couple of times.
Shut up, parrot. Yeah, near-death experiences.
Yeah. Right.
Tokyo drifting it.
Yeah. Right. We need to stop with the child.
I was though.
Right. Come on. Right. Go get your cola or whatever you want.
No one at the desk.
Run. Right. So that's all the interviews, all the footage, all the everything done. Now it's all that's left is my race recap. So P8, P5, P2. With a great move from Jack Hackworth. Stop twerking behind the door. And then a really good move from Jack Hackworth made me look like an utter fool. I should have blocked him off a little bit more so he couldn't send the dive. But it was a perfectly calculated move. Finished P2 in the B, so nothing more, nothing less I could ask for. There's going to be a little bit of footage at the end for me walking onto the podium. So thank you all for watching. See you soon. Like and subscribe. Bye.
In second, Josh Whittaker. And in first place, with a cracking move at the end, Jack Hackworth.
On your YouTube, I'm actually gonna murder you.
That I'm gonna add that quote onto YouTube then.
You what?
I'm gonna add that on the YouTube then.
Alright.